First thing, we start with an open prayer to the infinite sky, to the far out corner of the east, where Father Sun and Daughter Moon rises, one to bring light to the new day, the other to enlight the night. Where Father Sun and Daughter Moon rises, to touch, heal, embrace and bless the hearts of all living, to feed all our brothers and sisters with vitamins from A till Z. Be thankful for Mother Earth, for she provides us with all that we need. To the far out corner of the south, where the southern wind Yugo brings us the thriving heat of summer. What do we hear in the air? Everybody singing their own song in perfect harmony. Great and small are dancing around the fire. Today is visible what we have sowed last year. Our crop have reached their full potential, perfectly balanced in their physical and spiritual body. There is just enough for everybody to share. To the far out corner of the west, where the strong western winds send us the heavenly golden rain to fall down on Mother Earth and its inhabitants, to fill our rivers, lakes and ocean so it filters out the pollution we have channeled inside her, to freeze up like ice crystal the fumes we have released. As the morning sun rises, it returns like water, to put out the fire that our lungs have inhaled, to clean the infections and scars we have put inside our mother. Forgive those whom have filled her with junk food, and forgive us for our pacified watching. We can no longer bear to see our mother crying. We can no longer bear to see her children dying. The golden rain still fills our inner lake to make us aware and be awake. To the far out corner of the north, where the Bura brings us snow, ice, thunder and lightning, a place where Father Frost embraces us with his golden white robe to keep us warm during the long winter nights. The Bura fills our minds with new fresh ideas as it whispers sweet into our cold ears. We welcome the four gatekeepers of our earth, whom have preserved the ancient wisdom into the ice. So, as our North Pole is melting away, the ancient words will be written on the oceans of love, visible for all to see. To the world above, to the gods, lords, angels, great and small, to the spirits of the four elements and beyond, to the shamans and healers whom have already passed away, and to the ones I have forgotten to pray. We thank you for your help and presence from yesterday. We welcome you today. We will not forget you tomorrow. Please take care of all my brothers and sisters, wishing all a very good day. Now we start, as our prayer is finished, we start with the introductions. I thank you all for coming here, those who love to hear with open ears. This show is free. I will not tell you what to do. See it as a tool. What I will reach out to you. What you do with it is your own responsibility, your own decision. We are all born with a free will. A bird's eye view of the problems facing modern society. How can we turn the tide and resolve our common problems? Time, first chapter. Time is spinning like a medicine wheel. It follows the rhythm of a heartbeat, where the river gently flows back to its source, back to where we all came from. Looking through my window, I see people passing by. They never ask themselves why, totally unaware of their own life. Nowadays, we only get lost in time. Money always seems to be our headline. Minds are polluted by foreign lies. But I tell you this, future has been seen through ancient eyes. The air is filled with modern noise. Mobile phones are ringing into your ears. Petrol fumes released into the atmosphere. Why don't you listen to your inner voice? New heroes sitting safe in their ivory towers, praised by multinationals, banks, insurance companies, etc., who controls all the power. Online prayers sent out to the heavenly skies. Dreams were built upon the melting ice. Second part, because time is a funny thing. Time is relative. Although some people made us aware that we have to hurry each day to get to our jobs and try to do everything in 24 hours. You just have to listen to the heartbeat. That is your natural rhythm. So when people get lost through time and space in the cities, they should be released back into the nature so they can be healed by the natural rhythm. Father Sun provides us with the light, and Mother Earth provides us with all that is to be used as food. But to consume, not too much, just a little. Not much quantity, but more quality. Money. Pastime heroes have all been replaced by what I call the final curse on the human race. Only the elders that walked the sacred trail still know that this home is not for sale. Capitalism burning out your material desires. Calculated solutions will only increase the fire. Money has its origin when the exchange of goods no longer valued or functioned as a system for the nation's whole household. To the native people of the world, this must have been a shock. How can one value the world's natural resources since they were freely given to us? Prime Minister of all the countries worldwide, I would like to buy the earth. Name your price. As the borders divided the world, so money divided us from one and another. We are not free anymore. We have become enslaved to the chains of money. Although they made you believe that it had no limits. The latest financial crisis, since the story is written in 2006, makes us realize how vulnerable the money system is, what is real, what is virtual. They print money on paper, but it's all fake. The growth of the world's population demands an increase of industrialization. Privatized enterprises are running on automatic systems in order to make a good profit. Unemployment is the result. We surround ourselves with material creations to make us feel secure, although it makes us dependent of it. Health and social problems, vandalism, corruption exceeds from it. The salary system shows a big difference in payment. rule and divide by the governments, banks, multinationals, etc. To create a more social society, the payments should be equalized. One doesn't work without the other. Money difference also create greed, corruption and jealousy. However, the worst creation of money is war. If you are still convinced that money can solve our common problems, ask yourself this: why do I still hear the children crying out, dying of starvation? Why do I still see homeless people living on the city streets? Why do I still smell the scent of dead bodies, casualties of war? Why do we still consume beyond our needs? We have neglected our responsibility to take care of the earth. I wonder how high our ransom will be. Due to the Southern Maya cosmology. Creation stories were no less varied and unorganized. The lingua attributed the creation of the world to a gigantic beetle, which also created the spirits and produced the first man and woman, originally stuck together. From particles or soil he threw away. The Maya told that men were hatched from eggs laid by a large bird. Some call it raven, others call it firebird, and others call it a phoenix. It was laid by large birds on the top of a mountain, or they came from a large cave in the north, or they first lived underground and were released by a dog. The c.m.a.k. said that man lived underground and reached the surface by a rope made from the fiber of a plant named Karajžewc. The first to come were very tiny. There was little food on the earth to support them. So when a few had come to the surface, a dog gnawed through the cord. Later the c.m.a.k. and other people climbed to the sky by an enormous tree trunk, and they all fell down to the earth again. That is why the c.m.a.k. are now so few. Alternatively, the c.m.a.k. were at first shut up inside a kuchbracho tree, so huge they could play ball in it. A man came and split the trunk and let them out. According to the Matado and Toba, women came down from the sky by a rope in order to steal the food of the man, who were at that time animals. The rope was cut by a bird and the women had to remain. The Tarano tradition is that two supernatural brothers were hunting birds and came to a deep crevasse. From this hole, the Tarano came, shivering with cold and blinded by the sun. There are myths of a deluge caused by a menstruating girl, the destruction of the world by cold, the destruction of the fire caused by the fall of the sun. There are numerous folk tales of the origins of fire. It was the property of the thunderbirds, and man learned to use wheat. They tasted snails which had been roasted by the birds. The c.m.a.k. attributed it to a culture hero. Karajžewc, who had received it from the owl. The culture hero Karajžewc, sometimes defined with the hawk, features in the folk myths of several tribes. He's clever and benevolent. There's a few stories of how